back, yo.
Welcome to the Kick in the
We is
Punch.
back.
Welcome back.
Yes,
We had
sir.
quite
Yes,
a
sir.
weekend
We
of
back.
fights, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy weekend, man.
Oh
Yeah, that was a quite a pay-per-view card.
that was a great card.
I mean, there was lot of good stuff going on, man. All finishes.
All finishes. They said it was one of the quickest main events that they had.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
something like 20
yeah, if you
minutes
think
or
about
something
it.
like that.
Yeah, because the prelims are what took longer, if anything, and then the main event, all five of those fights just breezed by. They were first or second round finishes.
Yeah, it was crazy. What a night. MSG though, I said it before. MSG.
Yeah, you did say they show out
Every time they have a card at MSG.
Every time they come out, yeah, they come out at MSG. It's a show.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to talk about, but
So what are we getting into today, man?
So today we got a few things, man, on the docket. We have a recap of 295. So we're gonna start off with. Then we're gonna go through fight night this weekend. Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig. Then we're gonna preview a little bit of this 301 Bellator card.
Those fights were interesting.
Yeah, some of those interesting, the title fights, some of the fun fights that are going to be in there. We got big upcoming fights in the. We're going to shift over to the world of boxing a little bit. We're going to talk about some boxing fights, and then they just announced this big old Riyadh season card, the Day of Reckoning, out in Saudi Arabia. And we got to go through a little bit of that because there's some big fights, big names on there. So we definitely should just give those just take a look at those and talk about a few of those fights.
Yeah, boxing isn't even my bread and butter like that. But when I saw that card, the Riyadh season card, yeah, I was interested. I was like, dang, okay, I see. You got some big names fighting each other.
Oh, huge!
You got
names,
a couple
dude,
of questions of why certain people might not be fighting.
You feel me? Or why certain people aren't fighting each other?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
but let's get on to the top. All right, let's get back.
Yeah,
to the top.
so we'll get back to that, and then we got a lot of big announcements out in boxing. So, but we'll get back to let's get back to UFC 295. So we'll start off with that main event card, the Alex versus Jiri.
What you think? What you think of the fight?
Defeating Jiri with the quickness.
What are your first thoughts initially? After a couple of days,
the way Jiri goes about it, I feel like he like cut the hair, he cut the antenna off. He saw the picture of him. He like cut the antenna
after the
off.
fight.
Yeah, he's gonna start over again. I feel like he's accepting of the fight. I feel like maybe the public, me personally, I felt like it was a slightly early stoppage. But I mean, he got clocked with that left hook, and from what he said, he was out. So if he says that, I mean, you gotta say, and maybe he's just being a mensch, he's being a good guy, and he's just saying, just for the sake of it, not to make any argument, it is what it is. But yeah, I just felt like maybe a second or two, maybe longer.
I heard John Anik say maybe a beat more.
That's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it.
Because it was a little bit like right after the ref pushed off Pajeda from the top when he was about to hit him with the ground and pound. He got up right away. It almost seemed like he was automatically really out of it, So that was interesting to me. At the same time, he did fall backwards from those, and then Alex Pajeda was hitting with some serious elbows from the top when he was getting hit.
Yeah.
So I'm sure when he got rocked and he got knocked down, he was hurt pretty bad. It is interesting because the Yuri Prohaska style is so unpredictable, though. So he could pull off a certain move like that, and then he might technically not still be out of the fight. I mean, we saw the war that he had with Glover, and there's a lot of times where he was looking like he could have got out of there.
Like sometimes you think about that fight, right? Like you see how much resilience there was in Jiri, and then like looking after the fight, like you said, he automatically stood up. I mean, it was like boom, and then like it didn't even I don't know. It was a very weird exchange. I feel like even the audience and even like me as a just a spectator watching the fight, was it over? automatic. I was like, especially coming off of the Tom Aspinall KO. I mean, that was definite. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that fight was over
Like
for sure.
that was
Yeah.
over. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this one, like you said, Annex put it perfectly. You give it a beat more, maybe
A
two,
beat longer.
and we might have a different, a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? The fight might have gone longer. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was
Who knows?
interesting, the small exchanges that we did see. We saw Pajeda hitting him with some nice leg
Yeah,
kicks.
and taking away nothing from Prajeda because dude, there was two leg kicks in there that were definite from our last episode. That like, dude, he was chopping down that leg. There was two kicks in there, clean kicks that he had a ill welt on his leg that
He was switching
he was
stances a
having
lot,
trouble. Yeah, he was having a
and
lot
that
of
was in the
trouble on that
first
leg.
round.
First
You
round.
know, but then Diego Prohaska was getting back with some nice shots as well. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, Alex Pajeda got
Oh,
him that
that
nice.
that unorthodox style definitely was like doing some funky stuff in there, and Alex was. You could tell Alex was a little hesitant to even approach. Because there were certain things like you would think that he was gonna like just like kind of run through it and kind of make his reads automatically, but he couldn't because Jiri was just doing all this herky jerky stuff, and it was kind of working
He has an
to his favor.
unorthodox style. You know, they say that for a reason. It takes a while for even somebody that's that high level, I think, to catch a rhythm on some, especially that fight because they're so. Both of them are high level strikers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You could
Well,
say.
no, and then you got to think about this too. In that first round, Jiri put him down. He got him down, and he had him down for the end of the first round up until like the very end, where Alex was kind of able to walk like cage crawl and get back
Oh
up.
yeah, that's true.
But taking nothing away from Alex, I think he did a great job,
New
man.
champion
He did what
205, man.
he did what he had to do, man. There was a little few notes here. I put two division champ in only 11 professional fights, in 11 professional MMA fights, and 7 in the UFC.
Yeah.
So that's incredible, dude. And I don't think that's gonna be matched for a while, as far as like who's doing that.
In a year and a half, getting two belts. You know, even though he lost to Adesanya he lost the middleweight belt. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, and taking nothing away from him, all his fights, he either knocked him out. He had like one maybe or two that went to
I mean,
decision.
yeah,
But
they've all been
he knocked out the current
dominant.
middleweight champ Sean Strickland when they fought.
Seeing
So it's yeah, I don't know,
two
man.
two
He's
division
nasty,
champ in a year and a half,
and he's
change,
kind of a
2 years.
character too, which is crazy. Like for somebody that is
And not
so,
much. It's funny because he's so like stoic.
but that's the thing, you know. That's what sells, and it's yeah, it's awesome, man. He,
And
it
then
was a great fight.
speaking of Izzy, you know what
Oh,
I'm
the
saying? What about
call
that
out.
call out? What about that call out? What do you think?
I
What do you
don't
think?
know. I don't know.
What do
I
you
don't think
think?
Adesanya's.
You saw Adesanya's response.
Yeah, I saw he was laughing at it.
Let it go, let it go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Do you think it's
Izzy
that
should
big of a money
chill.
fight if they fight again?
For Pajeda.
For
Yeah,
Pajeda, right?
I don't think it's as much for Izzy.
I mean, both of them would get paid though.
Yeah,
You know,
for
it's gonna
sure
be
they'd
pretty
still
big
get
either
paid,
way.
but I don't think. I think maybe down the line we'll see it again.
I don't know if the UFC wants to even make that fight because
But
Adesanya probably doesn't want to go to 205 anyway.
I mean, he could barely make 205 from the last time. But maybe he's gotten a little bit bigger and stuff. But either way, it's just, yeah, I don't think anybody's really interested in seeing that fight. I think what we want to see now is what happens with this January fight with Magomedov and Johnny Walker. They're going to be fighting. They rescheduled for January
Oh yeah, I
15th.
saw that.
Yeah. So
Well, you think one of them will go?
either them or, and even before them, should really come Jamal.
For sure.
I think
And
Jamal Hill
that
definitely
is an interesting
deserves that.
fight.
Yeah.
You know, how does
Yeah.
that fight go in your mind?
And you saw how eager like
Oh, Jamal.
I mean
Jamal Hill
Jamal
wants
was like
to smoke
very
from
eager.
anybody, you know.
Yeah.
And
I think Jamal is just an all around good fighter. You know, he can take it anywhere.
for real, and he's
Yeah.
willing to dig deep. You know, because when he fought Glover Teixeira, he
Oh
he really fought for that belt, man. It was no
Yeah.
easy. Because
That
you
wasn't
know,
yeah,
all
that
respect to the
was no
former
easy
champion
stuff.
Glover Teixeira, his last couple of fights were crazy. You know, the Blachowicz
Yeah.
fight, that fight. So for this man to come through on that, and then get the belt that way, and then get an injury similar to Prohaska,
Yeah.
they both get the belt from Glover, and then they both get injured.
It's kind of crazy how that worked out.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, man. Pajeda's a scary dude when it comes to those calf kicks. Jamal Hill also has that power though. They're both their power, I would say, is equivalent.
Oh yeah. No,
You know?
dude, Jamal's a big guy. Jamal's a
Yeah,
Jamal.
he's
I
six
think in
four.
like later in his, I'm not sure how old Jamal
He's not
is.
that old.
He's
He's
not
probably
that old,
31, 32.
31, 32 probably, but yeah, like he's a big boy, and like I think later on in the career, like 34, 36, he can go to heavyweight if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll definitely end up there, eventually.
Yeah, he could do it.
But
Most
he's a big
205ers, I
guy,
think, could be heavyweights.
and I think he's a great actor. Yeah, that's a very interesting fight. Very interesting.
Yeah, because I'm excited for that one. I'm
Because
more
that's
excited
like
for
very,
that than Adesanya.
it's very similar to how what happened with Sergey and
Tom.
Tom. And
Let's
we're
get into
gonna-
that.
Yeah, we'll get into that right now. Just give me
Yeah.
1 second. Let me just get this one out. It's an even fight with that. Jamal's very well rounded, and then we know Pereira's a very great striker. But dude, nobody's really like put him down on the ground. And there's a lot of 185ers that are some real wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's really like. I mean, Jiri's not a wrestler like that.
You
know what
say
I'm saying?
nobody's put Jamal Hill on the ground like that?
No, Pereira.
Oh, Pajeda. They never
Jamal,
put him with that
Jamal
pressure.
can.
Yeah,
Jamal, I
Jamal's
think,
a
can
pretty
do
solid
it.
grappler.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's solid everywhere,
Yeah,
and
he's pretty good
so
all around.
that's a very interesting fight. And I wouldn't doubt for it to be a pick'em fight. Like
But I don't think Jamal
even
will pull
odds.
out wrestling that fight anyway. He wants to
No,
strike him, though.
I think he wants to
Yeah.
punch him in the face. Yeah,
But
because that was Glover's boy. He was looking at him sideways even after the fight. But yeah. Moving on to the next crazy knockout. And excuse my craziness.
Tom
But yeah,
Aspinall, man,
Tom Aspinall with the super KO of
he
Sergey.
proved he was the truth.
Yeah.
Just say that. Coming off of 2.5 weeks,
Give it say 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
you can say 2
He
weeks.
had 2
and,
weeks,
and he
and
said
maybe
he had
even
a back
less,
injury,
and a back
and
injury.
he couldn't even really.
He said
train.
he couldn't even really train. Couldn't really like wrestle.
Came through with the first
at all.
round KO.
And we even said it. That's funny because we were like, he's not looking super fit. He's looking a little bit rounded, but he's, And then I said, heavyweights don't have to be like in shape. But dude, the way he did it, man, that was insane. Like, what other heavyweight moves like that guy?
Cyril Gane, I would say, is the closest.
Closest, but
But I think Cyril Gane and him move similar. It's just Cyril Gane has a more. It's almost beautiful to watch Cyril Gane fight. 'Cause
he has
a
he has this
soft kinda
tempo and
touch,
rhythm,
but also
and the way that
gets
he
you.
just be
Yeah,
tapping.
man, he's nice.
Yeah.
But
Because it's funny because it's like he has this like very light footed movement, and then when he touches dudes, and then when he decides to go, very similar to Tom, very similar.
yeah,
to Tom.
I think,
now
but
that I think about it.
he's more light footed, and Tom's more. He's more quick with the boxing, kind of.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
I think I would say Cyril Gane throws more kicks in total.
Yeah, for sure. He's much more of a kickboxer
Yeah.
because he comes from kickboxing.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken. He's been in the UFC so long. Like he's new, but he's now been in the UFC like for 2 years and a half. Or
He's
so.
good too, man.
He's been everywhere. He's done it
He's
all.
fought a lot
he
of
fought
people.
Francis.
He beat Derek Lewis.
He beat Derek Lewis.
He lost to
he's
John
beaten a
Jones
bunch
and
of guys.
Francis Ngannou. So he's lost to the best of the best.
The best of the best. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's no knock on him. But yeah, man, crazy finish. But what should happen next in the heavyweight?
Well, they're obviously gonna have to do Stipe and then John Jones from that fight.
Well, do they?
Yes, they do.
Do they?
That's a crazy question to ask. Like people don't want to.
I understand what you're saying. I do. I want to see it too, just as much as the next guy. But
They have to put it
The
on.
thing is that
both
like,
wanna
come
do
on,
it.
man. We got an interim heavyweight champ now.
Yeah.
What we talking about here? We doing a legacy fight for the legacy, like a legacy kind of thing, like because Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time, quote unquote. What are we doing?
What do you mean? What we doing, man?
Like that's what
People
I'm trying
want
to
to
say
see the
is that
fight, like he said. Yeah, they
But I
might.
think-
Okay,
what's a bigger fight though? What's
I
a
think
bigger
that's
fight?
already a big fight.
What's a bigger
I don't
fight?
think either one's
Stipe
bigger.
and John, or John
Tom
and
Aspinall. Definitely Stipe and John.
I mean, if Stipe still got the want and the thing, I'd say why not too. Right?
Stipe
I
and John
mean,
is definitely a bigger fight because Tom Aspinall, although he's interim heavyweight champion, he's not as well known as Stipe Miocic. Tom Aspinall is more. No, I mean obviously
But he's
now,
dude.
yeah,
Now
now because he's champ. But even then, though,
he's
if you're
there.
talking about,
I mean, after
if you're
MSG
saying
son,
which fight is bigger, it would have to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, just because of the name. Because Miocic has been around for so long, John Jones has been around for so long. That
yeah.
fight you might not get to see. Tom Aspinall, John Jones, or something. You still might not see that.
But
But
yeah,
you
because
don't
that's the
really
thing.
have to see that if you see the Jones and Stipe fight, because
I
you
guess.
could accept a retirement either way.
But then what are we doing with Tom? Is Tom is gonna be sitting out and
I bet
defend
you
the
they put
interim?
Tom versus Cyril Gahn.
You think that he has to defend the interim heavyweight title?
I think
I mean, they've done it before. I'm not 100% sure with who, but I'm not even gonna go into it because I'm not a UFC historian
yeah.
at this point. But they've done it before, and I just don't see the reason to do it. You know what I'm saying? Why are we defending interim heavyweight? I think the reason for the interim anything is to hold the spot of the heavyweight.
John
You know?
Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, we can't have Tom's like sitting out forever like that.
I don't think he's gonna be sitting out forever like that.
Dude, it's gonna be a while. I mean, John's not gonna fight until like next year,
Mid
like
next year.
August maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's already 8 months into the next year. You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll still
So,
work itself out. I mean, I don't
but
know.
like who the other guys that we got out there? We got Cyril Gahn, we got Curtis Blades, we got Jailton Almeida, and Jailton's not coming off the greatest performance off of Derek Lewis because he could have finished Derek. Like,
Yeah, people were
I think
loving
at any
it.
time in that. I mean, it was dominant
He
for
controlled it for
sure.
a long time.
It was 100% dominant, no knock on that. But you know, I feel like me personally, like he could have, in my opinion, he could have finished the fight a little bit sooner. And you know, say what you will about Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is a tough dude. He's a
He's a tough guy to get out of there.
You know, yeah, so he's not easy to get out of there. You got to be a pretty.
Well, you don't think Jonathan
heavy
Almeida's at that level? You're saying compared to
Not
Cyril
quite,
Gahn
because-
or maybe Tom Aspinall.
Not quite, and I don't think he has the size either. Because remember, I think he gave up a good amount of weight in that fight against Derek Lewis, and he was still able to do his thing. But like, he didn't want to exchange with Derek.
Well, who wants
you
to
know,
exchange with Derek?
who wants to exchange with Derek?
Unless you're tied to Ivasa.
But yeah, crazy fight with Tom Aspinall. Congrats, champ, man. Let's hopefully they don't have you sitting out for too long.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure out. Like I said, this probably what's gonna happen. He's gonna have to wait however long, until they do that fight, and then right after that fight, probably whoever wins retires. My pick is John Jones.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they do Cyril Gahn versus Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight.
For the intro.
No, for the undisputed.
Oh,
Because
you
after
think
they
John is going to retire?
yeah.
You think they're both going to retire? Boom, boom.
Probably. Why not?
I mean, yeah.
They could do it, and then
There's
it'd
no
be
reason
fine.
not
You
to.
know, he could fight. He could go on and try to fight Tom Aspinall and stuff. I mean, I don't really need to see that fight though. You know, I think that would be a crazy fight if that did happen, but I just don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
John Jones
I
could
get
win. John Jones could lose. John Jones would still be John Jones. But if it would be a lot for Tom Aspinall to beat John Jones. Though.
I don't think it's a lie. I mean, he says it himself. I think he thinks he can beat him. I think he can beat him too.
I think a lot of people.
He's younger. He's on the like. It's one of those things like
he's
the
a new
Sergey
generation.
Pavlovich. He's a new generation.
But Sergey
man.
Pavlovich is young too. You know, he's not super young.
Sergey, they're definitely going to see each other again. Those two, for sure.
I'm sure it'd be a better
the
fight
future.
too.
But yeah, so for the rest of the card, we had Andrade beat Dern in the second round.
Yeah, what happened to during that fight, huh?
I don't know. She was
looking.
supposedly after the fight. I didn't even know this, but she left Jason Perillo for some reason, and I'm like, yo, the last fight you had with Angela Hill was great. I mean, you were putting it on her, and like I don't know what happened. She like reset or something, like or threw everything out the window.
From that fight
got
to this
nervous.
fight, completely different.
Different fight.
Yeah, it looked like a
Different
completely
fighters.
different fighter. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was interested.
Andrade, dude, yo, remember I called it too. I was like, they're There's something in her eyes,
He
bro.
said she
There's
looks mean
something.
tonight.
Yeah, I was like, Andrade looks like she's not
I
going.
was only
She's
unsure
not
because
going without a
Mackenzie Dern
victory.
was so dominant in her last performance, and
Yeah, she
Andrade
did
has
great.
been up and down. She's been getting good finishes, but then she'll get
And I feel like
get finished.
Dern had quite a size, you know.
She's a big strawweight, I think,
But she didn't like quite do the grappling as much. Like I don't
she
know, there
was
was
just
something going
something
on with
was up
her.
because she was
Yeah.
running into strikes.
Let's just hope she can get back
I
on.
mean, I
the
think
horse.
when she's on her game, she could be champ. Like I said, but
100% at that 115.
yeah, that 115.
I mean,
Her jiu-jitsu is
but
cold.
Jean Wei Li is no joke.
Oh, Zhang Weili, yeah.
That's a that's a that's the ball. That's
Have
the
they
boss
announced who
of all
she's fighting
bosses.
yet?
No, I haven't heard anything. But
Interesting. What about
then we had Saint
I was
Denis
about to say
kick freaking Matt's
steamroller,
head
man.
off.
Steamroller
Jesus,
got
yeah.
steamroller, man.
God, man, that was tough because Matt's put together some good wins, but you know, Saint Denis, I think he's coming off that's 5 wins in a row.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe 4 or 5.
He's something like 15-1, right? 16
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. The guy, I think he was up undefeated up until his debut fight in the UFC, which was a tough fight. He fought that dude, that Brazilian guy. He fought the other week. Who did he fight? I forgot. He had a tough fight against somebody.
Was it in the France card? I think it was.
No, it was in the Brazilian card.
Oh, it's in the Brazilian card.
It was in the Brazilian card. I just forget who he fought.
But yeah, what a finish though.
What a dude!
The head kick.
When they disengaged, dude, Santini just flicked that leg up. Ah,
Caught him nice. He opened up a cut on that.
yeah, and the waist. Yeah, it was over. It was over. It was a
It was
walk
out
off.
cold, man.
That was great. Santini is a mean dude at 155. I think he's going back to 170.
Really?
I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he's like a huge 170.
I think he'd be fine at 155. It seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, he looks great at 155.
Yeah.
I think he should just
Seems to be a force to be
cut his
reckoned
teeth
with.
there and just.
What about him calling out Gaethje? That'd be an interesting fight.
Gaethje didn't seem too interested.
Yeah,
though.
because Gaethje wants a title.
I mean,
He's deserving of it.
He's got a
He should
title.
get a title.
He's got the BMF title.
Yeah. He's got the Masvidal title. But
Then we had Lopez.
Diego Lopez.
Diego Lopez, the
This
man.
man came through. You know what I'm saying?
He'll
He rode the
comb over.
waves right to a
Son.
finish.
Yeah, he killed it.
But-
That was a first rounder too. Yeah, Santini in the first round and Lopez in the first round. That was it, dude. That was the whole main card. It was over.
man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so moving on to this weekend,
Oh snap! We got some
Yeah,
interesting
dude.
fights this
Yeah.
weekend.
we got fight night at the Apex, Allen versus Craig.
Oh snap!
Bo Craig.
Bo
It's
Craig.
Bo. It's Bo
Bo
Craig.
Craig at 185.
180.
He's a 185 now.
I think he looks great at 180.
Really think he looks better than he did at 205?
Man, dude.
He was getting finishes at 205 though, man.
He was, and yo, I
Like-
watched. Did you watch the any of the interview with the media day interview?
after he won.
Today or like Wednesday, I think. Because yeah, today's Thursday, by the way, guys. But yeah, because we're recording this today on the Thursday. But yeah, he was talking about how he has that experience with these bigger guys, and that's all he's ever fought. So like with this, with this newfound kind of like now that he can cut down correctly down to 185 and get there, but like and feel good and stuff. He's saying like these 185ers are in trouble. And like he was even talking about Hamza and stuff. Like
He's a big 185. I think he's 6'3".
and he's a great grappler, dude. Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's 6'3". He's fought at 205 before. He's
Oh,
got a lot of good
great.
finishes at 205. A lot of good submissions.
I mean, he broke what's his name's arm.
Yeah, he beat the champ. He beat
Yeah.
Jamal Hill.
Oh yeah, he beat Jamal
Think
Hill.
about
He broke-
that.
yeah,
And dislocated
that?
his elbow.
that was crazy.
So his grappling is nothing to be messed with. Also, yeah, he's going to be interesting at 185 because there's a lot of good guys at 185. That grappling, though, it might be on another level from all the top guys at 185. Because
What do you think about Brendan Allen though?
Oh, Brendan Allen? Oh, man. Brendan Allen
I'm trying to see his last.
versus who's he versing? Paul Craig. That's right. We were just talking about Paul Craig. But anyways,
What are you talking about?
I'm over here tripping. But I don't
I'm
know.
trying to
I
see
mean,
his
Paul
last
Craig.
win.
I'll probably give it to Paul Craig. Honestly, I like Brendan Allen. I think Brendan Allen's a good fighter.
Oh, that's right. He fought Andre Muniz.
Yeah, he got the finish, no?
Yeah, no, it was a 3. Oh yeah, he got a
Yeah,
submission. Yeah, round
yeah, he
2.
got the finish.
Yeah,
But Brendan Allen has had some ups and downs.
he has, right.
Yeah, I think
He's
he's
now
getting
like
better. I think
on
he's getting
a
more focused lately.
he's on a little streak right now,
Yeah,
I believe. Oh yeah, he's on a
he's
good
kind of
streak.
coming into his own right now. So it should be an interesting fight. Paul Craig though is a tough guy on the ground and even on the feet. His last fight, he didn't look too bad on the feet.
Yeah, I don't know if
So
he's going to be getting a submission win over Paul Craig. All his last wins, except for the one versus Jacob Malkoun, which was a unanimous decision, was are submissions. So he's been getting finishes, but
it's gonna be a tough
it's
order to
that
try to substitute Paul Craig. Is what you're trying to say.
yeah, and yeah, Paul Craig is 6'3",
6'3". How tall is Brendan Allen?
6'2".
6'2". Well, I mean that's pretty much the same though.
No, yeah,
It's
that's
not
good.
much of a difference.
No, I think this is a pretty good fight.
It should be. Who do you think? Who do you got? Who do you want to win?
Okay, so yeah, let's do our little heart and mind.
Yeah, the heart and the mind pick.
Heart and mind.
Who you
picks,
want to
baby.
win and who you think is actually gonna win.
Yeah, so who you want to win is your heart, and who you think is going to win is obviously your mind. So my mind says Paul Craig, and honestly, my heart as well.
Oh
Like, yeah, I don't think Allen. Not that I have anything against Allen. I don't think Allen's quite there yet as far as his wins. He's fought. His fight before was Bruno Silva, um, Andre Muniz, Joko, excuse me for that one, and Jacob Malkoun and Sam Alvey. So he's been putting together
yeah.
wins, but with guys that
You don't think
aren't quite on that
he's fought
level.
somebody as skilled as Paul Craig, or who's fought the people that Paul Craig
Yeah,
has fought?
yeah, like Paul Craig has fought some guys.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience,
Yeah,
and
like
with bigger
Paul
guys,
Craig,
like you said.
even though he's coming off of the losses off of Ozdemir and Walker, he beat Jamal Hill. He beat Nikita Krylov, which is a monster. And then he beat Andre Muniz before that, and that was all at 205.
All you need to know is that he beat the current 205 champ. Is all
So
you need
he's
to know.
beating some guys,
Because if he
man.
beat Jamal Hill,
Well, not the current.
I mean the former,
current,
sorry.
the former.
Yeah,
But yeah, like yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
What are your heart and mind picks?
I think Paul Craig will probably take it, and I kind of want Paul Craig to take it as well.
Oh, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, because I think his ground game is just nothing to be trifled with. He's fought tough fights. You know, he's had some wins and losses as well, but then again, he's fought at 205. I think he's fought people of higher competition, higher level than Brendan Allen. But it should still be an interesting fight because anything can happen. And Brendan Allen on the feet, you know, he's getting better at the feet. He's getting a little
Yeah,
bit more
yeah, he
accurate,
definitely
so.
is. But he seems to be more a submission artist. Like he likes to submit people.
Yeah, he's got
Like
a
try
lot
to
of wins
wrestle
that
him and
way.
get him to the ground.
But let's see who else we got. We got Michael
Yeah.
Morales.
Yeah, Michael Morales versus Jake Matthews. Man, Morales is still undefeated. Jake Matthews is a hard out. He's a tough guy, tough dude. Um, but 170, I don't know, dude. That's tough. That's a tough one because Michael Morales is quite the striker.
He's pretty tall too.
And he's 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot five versus a 5'11" Jake Matthews.
Oh, okay, well, the same height.
Not too
But
far.
he
not
looks
too
tall
far.
because he's more lanky. That's
Yeah,
what
he's
it
much
is.
longer.
Yeah.
He's
His last
got
fight,
the
he got a
much
nice
longer.
finish.
Yeah, over Max Griffin. Yeah.
So I mean,
Who's Jake Matthews?
Jake Matthews had some ups and downs, I believe.
So his last win was.
But I've seen him do some great performances.
Something Flowers, Darius Flowers. He lost to Matt Smellsberger.
That's a tough. That's,
Beat Andre Fialio.
Fialio.
Yeah, so he's coming off
Semelsberger is pretty
win
tough.
loss win loss win. So
He's
let's
up and
hope that
down.
he might be able to. I guess he's due for a loss if the record says anything.
You think he's gonna lose this one?
Well, because he has a win loss win loss. Last fight was a win. Let's hope he doesn't lose this one,
I
right?
guess. I mean, I don't know. It should be interesting because sometimes I think this.
I like Jake Matthews as a fighter.
I'm saying,
I just think Michael Morales is quite the
but
fighter.
this is gonna be the fight.
You know, he's one of those new generation.
But this is what I'm saying. This is gonna be the fight that determines if Michael Morales is really that good. Because Jake Matthews is on that level of a.
This is that.
You know, he's had some ups and downs, but his performances when he's on, he's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
definitely a contender. So if Michael Morales is able to do what he did in his last fight here, you know, it'll show you a lot, and then he'll start getting some bigger competition pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because when people start showing promise, you know, they kind of start building them up with a couple of fights, but you know, if you're getting some pretty good finishes, they'll sometimes just throw you to the sharks. Like Hamzat, you know, he's trying to get a couple of finishes. Then you got Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, but you know these last two fights, because he had Gilbert Burns. Did he have somebody between Gilbert Burns and Kamaru now?
And the Usman, yeah, he had Kevin Holland. He beat Kevin Holland.
Oh, Kevin Holland, yeah, he beat him with the breeze, but that wasn't even his fight. Like, but I feel like he would have done the same.
He still destroyed
Kevin Holland. I feel like he would have kind of done the same to Nate too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you know the older guys versus the younger guys.
But we never saw it, so we can't really say.
That's what I'm saying. You never know. Everybody has a puncher's chance because Hamzat, although he is great, he does make a couple of mistakes in his fight. You know, sometimes he can be a little bit.
But let's see. We'll see. Because that's because now he's 185, so he's not even in the welterweight division anymore.
And he beat Kamaru Usman, which wasn't really a true middleweight.
Yeah. But so then we got Chase Hooper versus Jordan Levitt.
That should be a grappler's delight, huh?
Yeah, interesting fight. Somebody's getting submitted.
This
right?
be a lot of hairless men touching each other.
Yeah. Those are both some funny characters. Then we got Peyton Talbot versus Nick Aguirre. I haven't really seen any Nick Aguirre, but this dude Peyton Talbot, watch out for this kid. This kid was in the Contender Series doing some damage.
Oh yeah, you think he's a problem?
Yeah, I saw his Contender Series fight. It was versus Tracy Cortez's brother.
I put the hands on him.
Yeah, the kid got kind of beat up. Yeah, I mean, he definitely showed out. He was trying, but this kid Peyton, he's good. He's good. So just watch that fight, guys. Watch out for that fight. You're hearing it here now. Then we got Luana Pinedo versus
Amanda Ribas. Amanda Ribas is a dangerous lady, man.
Yeah, she gets kind of emotional in her fights sometimes. Though
I think her last fight was a loss.
I believe so.
I think she lost her last fight.
Yeah, I think so. But Luana Pinedo, I think she's undefeated. Oh, no, she's only got one loss on the record.
But
she lost to Macy Barber though. Macy's quite.
Macy's up and coming.
She's doing her thing in the strawweight division. But before that, she beat Viviane Araujo. But before that, she lost to Katen Chikagian. Yeah. She won against.
This is strawweight, huh?
Yeah.
Chikagian's a big strawweight.
But yeah, she's had quite a run. She has that same kind of thing like Jake Matthews. Win loss kind of.
When they're on, they're on. When they're off.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. What's her name? Kind of has that thing, Mackenzie Dern as well.
So, yeah, because sometimes she's fighting like a world champion, and other times she's fighting.
Like she had a good outing versus Angela Hill, and then she came back and
she's had a lot of fights like
tough.
that she's done
but Luana Pinedo, she's quite the fighter. I know from I believe her last fight was really good against. Watterson, Michelle Watterson.
Oh my God, yeah. Did some damage.
She put some damage on that girl. Yeah, she did. Yeah, that was
tough.
Quite.
I'm surprised they didn't stop it a little bit earlier.
They should have. I think they were giving
Michelle Watterson
up. I mean, the benefit of the doubt, and she was all heart in that fight.
She was battling, man. But
that girl.
That was a tough one.
Good.
So that should be an interesting fight.
But she's coming off all wins in the UFC. She hasn't lost in the UFC, so.
That should be a very interesting fight, man.
Yeah, since the Contender Series, she's on. So
I don't know.
Let's go, Luana.
You could give it to Luana. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm liking Luana, man. She's doing the thing. I mean, look at that record. It's
Yeah,
great.
I guess so. I'm giving it to
Yeah.
Rivas. I'm going underdog. I don't believe in it.
I think Rivas needs to do something to get that girl out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, let's see what we got. What else we got on the docket?
Then I think the final fight on there is Johnny Parsons. Unless they changed it,
Did
I
they
don't know if
cancel it?
they've changed that. I hope not. They have a different name here. But before when I wrote this, when kind of wrote up our program, it was Uros Medic versus Johnny Parsons. But Johnny Parsons, the guy with he's got the party in the back. Yeah, you'd have to see him.
Should be an interesting fight, though. What do you think?
But interesting fight because Uros Medic is quite the fighter. He's only got one
What's
loss.
it, welterweight? Middleweight?
Yeah, welterweight. Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
You got some
Yeah, I believe they
welterweights?
changed up the fight. Something happened, I guess.
Oh, yeah, something got canceled?
Yeah, he's fighting another guy, Otto Blight, but he only got one loss as well. But yeah, Udos Medic has a win over Matt Smelsberger and
Anybody who has a
Omar Morales.
win over Sellersberger, man, it's a tough guy. Right?
Yeah, Smelsberger is
Yo, that's another guy,
he's a
man.
brick house.
When he connects, he hits people hard. You know?
And I just wanted to highlight one more fight. Mick Parkin, training partner. Mick Parkin is undefeated.
Versus who?
He's versus Cal Machado, but he's undefeated, and he's one of Tom Aspinall's training partners.
Oh, really? He's
Just
another
wanted to
guy
give a
from
shout out
England?
to that fight. Yeah, he's a good.
Hey,
he's
think
looking
about
pretty
it,
good
man.
in the
England's
heavyweights.
producing some fighters. You got Tom Aspinall, who's the inter champion. Then we got Leon Edwards as the welterweight champion.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That English scene is blowing up.
yeah, yep. So that's our Allen versus Craig card. It's gonna be a good Saturday night of fights. But then we got the Bellator 301, which I believe is tomorrow.
Yeah, what's looking
I think
interesting?
it's on Friday. That looks pretty interesting, right? Yeah, with
See who we got.
so we got Yaroslav Omislav versus Jason Jackson for the welterweight title. Sergio Pettis versus Patchy Mix for the bantamweight
Sergio
title.
Pettis, man, he's been on a tear, huh?
Yeah, but he's coming back off of injury.
Oh yeah,
I believe. Yeah,
but he hasn't lost the belt, has he?
no, because he fought. Who did he knock out? He knocked out. He fought
There
somebody.
was a fight
too.
that he had pretty close where he almost he almost get he almost got taken out, but then he came back.
Yeah, that was like Urochi or something like that. Orochi. Yeah, I don't want to be wrong about that, but yeah. And then we got Rafion Stotts versus Danny Sabatalo for the second time. The first time Rafion Stotts took it, it was mainly a wrestling. For all the crap that they talked, dude, it was the most boring.
Yeah,
Sadly.
that sucks, man. When
Let's
fights
hope
are
they
like
change
that,
it up a little bit.
you know, just like
I hope it's different.
Yeah.
I hope it's different this time around.
because
That's
some
all.
fights kind of just
Maybe
come
that's
to
why
a
they matched
draw,
them up
man.
again.
Like they'll just be kind of, they might get a couple of shots here and there, and they might just grapple, but sometimes it's
Yeah.
just they just don't connect with each other the way that you'd like
Then
to
we
see.
got AJ McKee making his return versus Sydney Outlaw.
Okay, AJ.
And then we have Patricky Pitbull.
Isn't AJ coming off
versus-
that controversial decision loss
Yeah,
to Pitbull?
It was Pitbull.
Yeah, because he thought that he won that.
Yeah,
fight.
because I remember Lewis was here for that fight, and we were like, "What in the world?"
Did you guys think that he won?
Yeah, because we watched the whole fight, and he was. I mean, it was like 3-2.
Yeah.
In AJ's favor, but yeah, like I mean, I think AJ should have taken that. Yeah, which kind of sucks. And it kind of sucks too because like Bellator's kind of out the door, and I kind of like their fighters and stuff. Hopefully, like whatever happens there, I don't know whether they're gonna continue in 2024 as like kind of like their own entity for a little bit because they're being sold or something.
Isn't the PFL buying them?
Supposedly, but like it's like one of those things where they might keep them as a separate entity for a little bit, maybe till the end of next year, maybe or something like that. As far as what I'm hearing, and yeah, I like Bellator and its fighters, and hopefully they can get matched up in either the PFL or whatever fighters don't go to the PFL can go to the UFC
Or maybe one.
because I don't know, because one doesn't have like that kind of competition like
You
that.
don't think so?
Like they have like a lot of unknown competition. They have a lot of guys like that.
International
They've
fighters.
Yeah, they have more guys that like in the Asian scene and like that Thai scene, and that's fine. Like, but the thing is that a lot of those like there's only big names like Rod Tang.
They
You know
have
what I'm
some pretty
saying?
good
Like
fighters though. They have
hundred
some
percent.
standout
Like
stars for sure, right?
and like it's just like they have some of the craziest rule sets, and I think that's
Yeah,
why
they're dangerous.
I think it's a great promotion as well,
Yeah.
but obviously it's not as much into the American, North American scene.
Speaking of people going to the UFC, what do you think about? Do you remember a couple weeks ago when they were talking about Michael Venom Page possibly going
Oh,
to
they
the
should.
UFC?
Yeah, I think he should definitely be debuting sometime next year. Hopefully,
Really? Imagine him
I
sign.
hope. Yeah, that'd be great
That'd be interesting in the lightweight.
because he would be a great addition to the welterweight
Is he
division.
welterweight?
Welterweight, yeah.
Welterweight? Damn, yeah. He's a cold
He could,
striker, man. He
yeah,
got
he
some
had that.
cold
He's
knockouts,
He's had
man.
some ill, yeah. He's had some ill fights like that fight, and even though he lost it, but I mean, he dared to go in there versus Mike Perry
Oh, the bare
in the
knuckle.
bare
Yeah,
knuckle. Yeah,
wild.
he had that fight. That was wild.
That was.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
hey, man, that bare knuckle stuff is a little different, you know.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that bare knuckle ain't
You
no
gotta have a
joke.
different animal in you to want to fight that way. Because
Seriously,
they get,
seriously.
like regular fighting, obviously, you get a lot of cuts, you get a lot of damage.
Oh no, but these guys get chopped.
Yeah, it looks like somebody hits
Oh
them with a knife to
man.
the face.
The other night I was watching the Jorge
The
Masvidal
bare
MMA bare
knuckle?
knuckle. Did you see
No, I
any
wanted to
highlights of the
watch it
Jason
though.
Knight versus this kid that came out of here out of the UFC, Randy Costa?
Who won?
Randy Costa
Oh
won.
yeah,
He dude, who split? What was it the Alistair when he split his lip?
yeah.
You remember? Yeah.
That's what he did to him.
Yeah, if you could find a picture, put it up.
Yeah, I see that
It's
together.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's nasty. But like, yeah, that bare knuckle.
it's different, man.
Yeah, that bare
You
knuckle.
got to be a different. And bare knuckle MMA is interesting.
Those are some dogs.
Yeah, Masvidal's putting on some interesting shows.
Yeah, Masvidal's
You
doing
know
it too.
who
I'm
won?
glad
Did you
for
know who won
Masvidal.
between Roy Nelson the final? Uh-huh.
Oh, don't even talk to me
What
about that.
happened?
That was
Split
trash.
decision?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Roy Nelson wrestled this man the whole time, and they can say whatever they want. Who was it against? I forget the guy. He's very popular as well, but no, no.
Wasn't it?
Roy Nelson, you won that, buddy. Pat yourself on the back because bullshit decision, son. Sorry.
Really?
No,
Damn.
they robbed my man Roy Nelson.
Well,
So yeah,
it's tough to get away from tough decisions. You know,
I think they were like in Kentucky or something like that.
they're weird.
Which-
They have to do them in special venues, I think. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
certain
not.
commissions will.
Yeah,
There's only
they
certain places that will
100%.
accept that.
But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's going on for now in MMA. Uh, Obviously, we got a lot of upcoming fights there, but you know, we got plenty of time to talk about those. But into the world of boxing, um,
I got some interesting things happening.
yeah, like tonight we have Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos.
Shakur.
I'm
Huh?
rooting for my Dominican blood as much as anybody.
Yeah,
But
you're not feeling it.
Shakur ain't no joke, son.
He's cold, man.
Yeah,
He comes from that Mayweather training school, you know.
yeah, he's no joke. That kid is.
He's quick with the hands, you know.
He's like,
smiling at you while he's
taking
fighting
nothing
you.
away from the Dominican dude. He's looking very confident.
Oh, I'm
Edwin's
sure
looking
he's a
very
good fighter.
confident. But yeah, you're
Well, we'll see, you know, because who was it that Shakur beat last? I don't remember.
uh,
It
he's coming off
was
of
Valdez, Oscar Valdez.
I think but I think he fought somebody after that.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. But regardless, like it's Shakur Stevenson.
It's Shakur
He's
Stevenson.
he's been fighting since a very young age.
He's got the name.
He's got a crazy name. I'm not trying to say that he's being fed here, but
That's what you
it
feel.
seems that way. At least they're trying to keep him at bay for that. What I believe is going to be, and who knows because the promotions, the Devin Haney, him versus Devin Haney, but that's neither here nor there because they're not in the same promotion at the moment. So when they were, it was a possibility. But
Yeah.
now it's a little bit tricky. But
His last two fights and wins were Shuichiro Yoshino and
yeah, there you
Robson
go. But
Quincy.
he put the beating on Yoshino.
Well,
Yeah, he put the beating on that kid. And
and
then he
that's
put
why he
the
has a
beating
name.
on Valdez too, like crazy.
It's weird sometimes to see in boxing the because there's certainly certain people that have a name that are just so much better than everybody,
Oh yeah. Oh
like
my god. Yeah,
Canelo
like
or
Shakur is just that kid. Like he's there.
you know
That kid is nasty.
or somebody like Art Dmitry Bivol or Artur Beterbiev.
Oh yeah.
You know
Those guys are monsters.
destroyers.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
so yeah, I mean, like I said, just in boxing when somebody doesn't have a name like that and they're facing somebody that is highly touted and a prospect, I'm usually going. As much as I'd like to go for the underdog, it's like
Yeah, it is
it's
what it
hard to
is.
see it that way.
No,
You
you
know,
can't. I mean, I mean, that's just what it is.
you
You know what I'm
know,
saying? Like that's the way
it's
boxing is. So,
yeah,
but on to the next couple things. Big upcoming fights. In November, we got Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor for the second time for the junior welterweight championship. I forget the weight class, but I'm not too happy about that one because I think like Katie Taylor's trying to get it back, and
yeah.
she's kind of trying to get it back kind of quick.
Oh, she's
And I
rushing
think
in.
Chantel has the weight on her.
What was the
She
last
has the
fight?
size on her. I think it was sometime last year, I believe.
Okay.
But
What was it? It wasn't a. It was a split decision, right? Or
yeah,
majority.
yeah, it was a
Okay.
majority decision.
I got you.
But yeah, like I don't know. I felt like Katie could have taken on maybe what's her name, Puerto Rican girl,
Amanda Serrano.
Amanda Serrano,
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe yeah they could have ran that back for a bigger fight.
I guess. Yeah.
Even though she wants undisputed, it's for undisputed, so it's one
Yeah.
of those things. That's like a legacy thing for her, I believe. So
Yeah. You gotta hit that undisputed
wish her the
title.
best because she's a big star over there in Ireland. So
That'll be a tough one though, man. Anybody coming back from a loss against somebody, and especially a decision
yeah, and you're
where
willing to come back and try again, kind of like the Izzy
yeah, right
Pereira thing.
away.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
you got to be have a special type of will to get something like that.
Yeah. On that same day, we have David Benavidez versus Dimitri Andrade for Benavidez WBC super middleweight title. Um,
Again, I'm going for
yeah,
Benavidez.
Benavidez.
You
I think
know,
he's just waiting for that Canelo fight. So he wants that.
I think
He
so.
wants that money.
Everybody wants that Canelo smoke, but then they get it and they don't want it.
Canelo fought who last? I forget.
He fought Jamel Charlo.
Jermell Charlo, and he
Yeah,
beat the
and he
brakes off
got
that.
the guy that fought him
He won't
before
ready.
did a
He won't
better
ready
job.
for him.
Jamel. He fought. I don't know exactly who he was, but it was a fight where Canelo got a knockdown
Oh,
around
wasn't it
about three or
Triple
four.
G? He fought Triple G before that. Oh no, but he beat Triple
Nah,
G.
no, it was somebody else. But anyways,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think David
Benavidez is
Benavidez
probably gonna get
he's looking
that.
for that Canelo fight for sure.
You know,
Um,
so I think he'll definitely take that one.
Ryan Garcia coming back after the Tank loss versus Oscar Duarte. That's just
Well, Ryan Garcia's been talking a lot about being changed and being like, "Oh yeah, I'm not.
fight.
It ain't about the social media shit no more. It's about me trying to be the
I
best
hope
fighter I am."
I
So
hope so because
we'll see, though.
I feel like he can do it. I feel like the kid is really skilled. He's very skilled. I think
he's quick.
he's super fast. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think he just needs to work on some things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I think Tank showed him there's levels. You know,
yeah.
and
That's
he
true.
did his best, but Tank put his best on. Like I don't think he even put his best on him because Tank has yet to be really like
Tested like that, you think?
yeah like I mean Tank has just been
But Tank could still be
rolling
fighting.
through everybody.
The Tank and Devin Haney fight would be very
Yeah,
interesting.
but Devin don't want that smoke.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think so.
I think they
Yo,
both want that smoke.
look, I mean, moving on, talk about Devin Haney. He's got a fight against Regis Prograis on the 9th, on December 9th.
Oh, okay.
Regis is no joke either. You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
be a tough
Even though
one.
he had like he didn't have a great outing supposedly. I think in his mind like he made it that way so that way Devin could he could lure Devin to the fight.
Nah.
That's what he says. He said, I knew I didn't look too good, but if I look good in
Yeah.
that fight, because I saw the press conference, he said, if I look good in that fight, you would have taken this fight, right? And he's like, you right, you right.
Yeah. Why would he say that? Why would he say you're right?
Watch the press. But yeah, I don't know why he said that either. Kind of silly, but
I don't know. I just think that's a foolish thing to say because then it's just you're almost admitting like, oh, sometimes I don't try my best because of some little thing, and then it's just such a facade in a lot of ways. I think like why would you not do your best in a fight?
yeah, I don't know. Or you're saying for Regis to be saying that?
Yeah, to be
Yeah, I
saying
don't know.
that.
I don't know. I think he had a challenging fight, but at the same time, yeah,
I think Devin Haney wins
I
that
didn't
fight
really
too.
see the fight, so I can't really talk. So,
I mean,
anyways, yeah, I just feel like Devin Haney. Hopefully, Shakur and Devin fight sometime next year.
I think all those guys will fight each other. Tank,
But
Shakur, Devin
hopefully, it's
Haney.
one of those things where we don't get it too late. You know what I'm saying? Because they're young now. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a little bit, I think, a couple of years, but I think lately boxing is putting on more interesting fights,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
100%.
paying off.
Oh, especially with this Riyadh season
The Riyadh season
going,
card, man,
these Saudi Arabia.
very interesting.
Yo,
They're putting on some
let me know.
cool
Yeah.
cards.
Hey, Turkey. You know, Your Excellency, please, if you would like us to shoot a podcast over there, we could definitely do that for you.
That's a tough
I
ask.
would love to do some interviews over there, interview some of the fighters. But yeah, uh, crazy card announced over there.
Yeah,
They're
freaking
doing
good.
some crazy stuff over there in Saudi Arabia.
Let's see. We got
These
the main
guys
card.
got money to burn,
Got money to burn.
money to blow.
We got Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallen.
Yeah, for the main event.
Should be
Yeah.
interesting.
And we got Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller, Dimitri Bivol. Well, these are the ones that stood out to me. So I can't, this isn't the whole card.
This is the whole card.
Yeah, this is just the ones that kind of stood out.
Dimitri Bivol is pretty.
Making a return versus Lyndon Arthur.
It's gonna be a tough fight for this man, Lyndon Arthur. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, for all these guys, really, because Jarrell Miller is up against Daniel Dubois. Even though Jarrell, if you saw any of the press conference, it was crazy because Jarrell Miller was talking all kinds of crap
Oh yeah.
to yeah, he was talking mad crap to Daniel, and then he started aiming at Joshua, talking about that he ain't going either he could go to the hospital fighting him, or he could go to the grave fighting Deontay.
I think all the
Telling AJ,
heavyweights.
and he was like, "Shut your mouth, shut your mouth."
I think all the heavyweights might have got charged up for that Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fight,
Oh yeah,
and they're like, "Wait a second, Tyson Fury got a real challenge from Francis. I could beat these
they're
guys.
like, "Oh, I could beat him."
Yeah, like kind of when people do something great, everybody else kind of starts following. Like, oh yeah,
Because
I could
before
do that if he
this,
did that.
who has Tyson before the Francis fight? Who did Tyson fight?
Deontay
Deontay,
Wilder.
was that his last fight since?
No, he fought Derek Chisora as well.
Oh yeah, but
And
he's
Dillian White.
beaten those guys before.
He's
I
beaten
think.
them before, but still, there's still two big heavyweights who know how
Yeah,
to
but
box.
they're not on
know
that
how to-
level though. They're not on that level like the problem that Francis presented. You know what I'm saying? And Francis ain't even a full time boxer. He went,
I
he
mean, I
coming.
don't even know who saw that coming.
You
That
know what
was
I'm
really
saying?
out of left field,
But it's like you just said. Like all these heavyweights are like, oh no,
like it is
yeah,
possible
we
to
can.
be the top
Yeah,
of the
we
top.
can fight. We just need to get the fight. We
Yeah,
can
just
fight.
to get
We
the
can fight him.
We
We
can
can
get
get.
him.
And I think now that Riyadh, he like,
That shook things up, man.
oh, now they got a place to do these fights now. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like it's official.
But what do you think? Why do you think they didn't put Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder?
I think they're building it. They're building it. They can do it next year.
Do you think they
I
want to
think
do
they
it in
just
Riyadh?
like taking it in steps. Because look, on top of that, look, they just announced Tyson versus Usyk
For
versus
Riyadh.
yeah, same thing.
It's
in
top rank
Riyadh.
though, right?
I believe so,
Yeah,
but
they
it's
mixed
it's
their-
all in Riyadh.
Yeah.
But that's going to be in February 17th. Uh, so yeah, like I just think they're just building it. They're just kind of building it up. And now that I think Tyson is going to be fighting for undisputed versus they're fighting. They're going to figure that out,
And Francis Ngannou's in the
and
mix.
they're going to go. They're going to pay these guys. They're going to come in and be like, "Hey boys, we got some money here. You guys want to fight?"
Yeah, I mean,
And everybody's gonna fight. And watch, I bet you somebody's gonna fight Tyson after either if either Usyk or Tyson, whoever comes out winner. Because now it's weird because even though Tyson's a big favorite in that fight versus Usyk, after that Francis fight, I think people see there's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said. So we'll see what happens with that fight. But you know, after that, next year anything can happen because you know if Anthony and Deontay are fighting on this same card and they don't come out too messed up, they could be fighting each other, and then by the end of the year, they could one of them could be fighting Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I don't know if they do the Deontay Wilder fight again.
No, no, no. Oh, you're saying like a Deontay
Yeah, they
versus
would have did.
Tyson
I
Fury
think that
4?
people have seen that already, and they kind of know how that fight goes. But
I guess,
Anthony
but if he
Joshua
gets
versus
the
Tyson
win,
Fury would be
yeah, that's
interesting, or Francis Ngannou versus any of them would be interesting. If they did the
oh
rematch
yeah.
versus Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua would
And I
be
think
interesting.
and
Deontay Wilder would
now
be crazy
and
too.
now you got to think about this. Now that the WBC has ranked my man Francis,
Yeah, 474 or some shit.
no, they put him as number 10th ranked.
Oh, they put him
They
10th.
put him number 10.
Oh, okay.
It's a good
Okay.
ranking there.
I thought they put him
So
way
now that
lower.
he's no, they were trying to say like I think somebody was
Somebody
trying to
was just
say
trying to
like,
say,
oh, he's
yeah.
gonna be 4,040. Yeah, like no, yeah, he's number 10, and so now I think that has like piqued some interest in some of these other heavyweight fighters. But anyways, yeah, I think that's a crazy card going in there, over there in Riyadh, and you know,
There's some
uh,
interesting things
yeah,
happening, man.
Daniel Dubois, Jarrell Miller, like we were just talking about, and Dimitri Bivol making a return. Dimitri was looking crazy against I think Canelo the last fight. So yeah, all these guys
See,
are
man. Got some interesting stuff
down
happening.
there to make some money. But yeah,
Some interesting
been a
things.
great episode this episode
Yeah,
here.
man.
Um,
Chilling, man.
Lots of fun,
Figuring things out, seeing what's about to happen. There's a lot of great fights that could be made.
lots of
A
great
lot of great
fights.
fights coming.
We're gonna be back to to recap the Brendan Allen Paul Craig fight night in the Apex probably sometime next week. So we'll catch you then, guys.
All right, man.
Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Let's see. Peace.